I was discussing textiles with my daughter the other day, and she said, "Daddy, isn't that crazy? We take resource from nature, we use it, and then we put it to scrap. Isn't that quite Jurassic?" And I said, well, yes. And with T-Rex, we are going to change that.
Even as a big brand, we're not in a position to create a circular ecosystem on our own. We have built a whole collection of products a few years ago that can be recycled. However, we realized that these products at the end of their lives never came back to us. Nobody collected them, nobody sorted them, nobody sent them back to the recycler. To change that, we have started the T-Rex project to understand how we can move from a linear to a circular ecosystem. The big gap that we saw when we started T-Rex was that the different players don't talk to each other.
The T-Rex project specifically looks into Europe's textile waste landscape and looks for the business opportunities, the technical limitations, and other legislative enablers that need to occur to get textile-to-textile recycling to work on a large scale. So this project brings together major players across the fashion industry and supply chain to create a harmonized EU blueprint for textile-to-textile recycling.
Today we have 13 consortium members that represent different steps along the value chain.
In the T-Rex project, Veolia is involved in the beginning of the value chain. Basically, we are getting textile stock, and after that, we are doing the shredding, removal hard points, and the trimming. After that, we send it to different partners of the project.
The project focuses on 3 groups of materials: cotton, polyamide and polyester. And we are the recycler for the polyester part in this project.
BASF does polyamide 6 recycling, that we can process also textile waste which is blended with elastane and polyester. The product is called Lupamid, and Lupamid is the first polyamide 6 which is made entirely and exclusively from textile waste.
Infinite Fiber Company's role is recycle the cellulosic-based material, for example cotton, and turn it back to the new fibers that are called Infina, and that can be turned into the yarns and really into the garments of the future.
Indorama Venture has produced the yarns and texturized the yarns from the PET chips that we received from the technology player, the chemical recycler Curie. We have analyzed the quality of the samples that we produced, and we also analyzed, chemically speaking, the chips that we received.
We received the polymers, the chips, from BASF for producing the fabrics for the garments. So we melt, we spin, and we texturize the filaments, keeping the performance, the quality for the fabric producer.
We are the spinner of the cellulosic recycled fibers. So we take the recycled fibers, turning them into yarn that is then processed into fabrics and eventually into new garments.
Qantas focuses on science-based sustainability assessments. We make sure that we analyze the impact of the whole textile value chain, from collection and sorting to the demonstrator product. We make sure to identify the hotspots to guide decision making in terms of where we can improve and if the solution is really more sustainable.
So Fashion for Good has quite a big role, the first of which is a techno-economic assessment of the feasibility of textile-to-textile recycling. The second is the supporting of digitization of our textile supply chain, especially the waste supply chain. And then we lead communications and dissemination of learnings.
We're trying to create data flow in this whole life cycle to improve the communication and the standardization between collectors and sorters and pre-processors and recyclers. That's one part of it, and the other part is design guidelines. It's very important when recycling to put in something that can be recycled, and we're trying to see how we can best design garments so that not only the recycling itself works better, but also that what we put in is more suitable to be recycled.
Adidas' role in this project is twofold. On the one hand, we are leading this consortium. The other side of this project is we are responsible for producing demonstrator products at the end of this project to showcase how this circular ecosystem can come to life.
It's really important to increase the consumers' understanding about textile waste issues. And our role actually in Terex has been also to create different kind of citizen engagement activities. And the idea is that consumers understand how actually they themselves can be more conscious consumers.
The project is absolutely important because we actually have in this field of reusage of materials no existing value chains, not existing business models. And the research project gives the opportunity to bring together all these needed competences and to discuss these scenarios to develop possible solutions from the different perspectives, which afterwards can grow to really running models.
Our hope is that this research will unlock additional funding and investment as we highlight the business opportunities that exist in the textile recycling space, because these learnings are really going to help textile to textile recycling scale.
We will in the future create slightly different products that lend themselves to recycling. We will definitely make products that have a longer life and that also have a clear end-of-life solutions. We're definitely happy we were able to deliver the blueprint for a circular ecosystem in Europe, as well as the demonstrator products. They look beautiful, they passed all our tests. So for us, this was definitely a successful completion of T-Rex.
We have proven that it's possible technically to turn old garments into new products. No excuses anymore.